Hello, fellows of freedom all over the world. I am here once more today, the second day of our 4-day sit at home, to talk to my fellow Biafrans, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. As you can see on the screen, yesterday was 29th of July when our sit at home for 4 days started. And today is 30th of July, the second day of our sit at home. Join me, my wonderful people, fellow Biafrans, so that we will continue from where we stopped. You all know that sit at home is one of our civic rights. You are not committing any offense by sitting at home. Sit at home is a right that is enshrined in your human right. It is a legal thing to sit at home. I know that some people don't like to sit at home, or when they call for sit at home, they will begin to query. If you are a true Biafran, you will agree with me that during 1967 to 1970 Nigeria Biafra War, that the children, the adults, the men and the women, everybody was sitting at home for 3 whole years. But why we are sitting at home is because of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And during this time, the voting is also going on in some areas. You have time to make and cast your vote. So, fellow Biafrans, join me from wherever you are. We have a very genuine grounds to be asking for our freedom. Freedom is a very good thing. Freedom starts from God. It is not created by them, but some men took it over them, upon themselves, that they will infringe the right of humans to be free and that their liberty will not be granted. Before I go ahead, my people, I have to thank God, Almighty Chukwu Okike Abia, my merciful Father. I thank and glorify your holy name today. It is our second day of the 4-day sit at home. Guide my people, protect them from the marauding Fulanis in uniform, the terrorists. Please, Lord, I know that your hand is in what we are doing. Protect our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and give our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the wavering support that he needs. He say, protect all Biafrans. My wonderful people, if you look at the screen here, you will know that sit at home is something that we all have to comply with. Whenever our PM said that we should sit at home, we have to comply. Time has come when we have to take every order made by our Prime Minister and Biafra government in exile, take it serious as our common law that guides Biafrans. My people, you know that these marauders, they will not stop at anything. The Fulanis, they are the ones fighting us. They are the ones who refuse that we should not go in peace. But Biafra must come 2nd of this December when the declaration will be made again. And nothing, no human being on this planet will stop it at this time. So my fellow Biafrans, join me. This is an interactive session where anything you want to say, you are free to say it, provided you are not preaching violence, you are not preaching hate, because we Biafrans, we are a liberal-minded group of people. We are not violent people. We don't hate anyone, but we have right to defend ourselves. This very right is enshrined in human rights law, Article 5 and Article 51 of the United Nations. Article 51 gives you right to freedom and liberty. So Biafrans, when we call for our freedom, it's not a call for war. We are making a genuine call for Biafrans to be allowed to go and be free like any other nation. So my fellow Biafrans, let us listen to our PM on this very video you see on the screen.
I want everybody to understand that the at home will be like, do not go if you are serving Nigeria. Within Biafra territory, do not go to Secretariat, because they are going to station their killer squad there to kill you, to blame it on something. No amount of propaganda and threat will make us back down. Sit at home. Sit at home, especially on the Friday, which is the second. August. This is only traditional and Jewish. That Friday, the last beginning of the land. You know what I mean? You know.
Wonderful Biafrans, I am here today again for us to continue with our interview session. During this time, you can join on the studio or just anything or pause it. So, and we must Biafra, the reason why Onyendu adopted our minister and walk and sleep. He does without Biafra. Everything about is all about Biafra. We all have to join hand to support him. I know that many people will be thinking, what do I mean? Our PM is doing exactly what Onyendu Mazina Kano was doing, or everything he wanted. Somebody told me yesterday during the program that our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu has worked everything theoretically, but that our PM is the one doing it practically. And he needs our funds. We need contribution of funds to support him achieve Biafra for us. We are not fighting any conventional war for Biafra to come this time around. No, my people. The way we are going it is expensive. That only I know that if our prime minister has the money, he will put the bill. But we cannot be up 20 million or more, and we will leave everything to him alone. He needs our financial support. I know that when a discussion is being held and money is mentioned, people will start frowning. How do we expect our PM to achieve this alone without financial support? Even if I am here 24 hours talking, it can only make people hear what I'm saying. But I mean, when you pray and you don't act, nowhere. So when you are preaching to the world, telling them that you want your freedom, the person who is leading you, how do we support him? Our PM needs our financial support, fellow Biafrans. Even if it is $5, we need to support him financially. We do, my people. You know, in everything we do in this world, it involves money. I cannot come here and start enumerating all the avenues that require funding in what we are doing. But if you know that anything administration requires money, you know that funding must be raised to support our PM. My people, let us not hesitate to do that. Let me play the voice of our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra, and Biafra is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu.
That believe in Biafra, one thing is we have in common: a pathological hatred for Nigeria. I cannot begin to put into words how I hate Nigeria. People don't understand it. I despise it. With a drop of blood in my body, I will walk towards the total permanent of that zoo. That by the time we finish, Nigeria will no longer exist. That name, we wave goodbye to it. The same way Yugoslavia is gone, the Soviet Union is gone, that same way will the word Nigeria be obliterated from history books. Nigeria is a reminder that Nigeria is a reminder that thing actually seeped into our bone marrows. As somebody reminded us this morning, when somebody from Nigeria pays and say, "Oh, God bless Nigeria," you are making a mockery of God. God can only bless something that is created. I learned that this morning. God did not create the zoo. Therefore, there is no way. It's impossible. Impossible. That hopeless entity that people today say they are very proud to belong to was created by a white man. His name is Frederick Lugard. This man is not from Biafra land. This man is not Hausa Fulani. This man is not Yoruba. But there are some people from Black Africa who are willing to go to war, defend what a white man created out of their own subjugation. The reason why the zoo was created was to subjugate you. You did not create it. A white man did. You asked the white man to go. The white man left and went back. But you retained every vestige of subjugation left. And then of the tyrannical few than right, claiming they are PhD holders but lack rudimentary, or what I would call common sense. They don't understand how to structure a society. As political thinkers and philosophers, more than the fools that get called Nigeria. Those things have come up with everybody, but in case you can go quiet. Never lives. Instead, what they did was to surround themselves with the military and the police. Instead, what they did is to ensure the subjugation of their own people by bringing money abroad and banking it abroad, and people doing in abject poverty. There are many things wrong with the way that a black person reasons that sometimes I wonder if some of them are human beings at all or not. I wonder seriously. I don't think so, in my opinion. There is no need, there is no reason why they got independence from a country where the East do not carry guns on the street. Upon becoming independent, these band of vandals and animals created a police force. A police should be a civil service, not a force. Civilian. They created a police force. They created mobile police, the riot police. They created the army. They created the navy. They created everything you can think about the Air Force. They created all this rubbish in order to perpetuate themselves in power, in order to continue lying to you, in order for them to master evidence, to kill you, and to subjugate you. The white man came, turned us into slaves, subjugated us, took away all our natural resources, and when they were going, they gave power over to a set of black people again, continuing even worse subjugation of their own people. And you're telling me these people are human beings? Oh, you're telling me?
Yes, my people, when our Onyendu said that white man came, you know why the Fulanese removed history in the zoo called Nigeria? They removed history from schools. Our children don't know anything about the background of what Nigeria is all about. Before the white man came to Nigeria, the current day country called Nigeria, we call them zoo because they reason like animals. Before they came, there was Biafra, there was Oduduwa, there was all these tribes and nations. There was Arewa nation. When the Fulanese came, the Fulanese are originally Saudi Arabians. If you know Somali people, they are related to the Fulanese. They were all from Saudi Arabia. Even Somali, some of them, if they bleach their skin, you will think that they are white people. They are Saudi Arabians, but they are very violent people, these Fulani people in Nigeria. Very, very violent. They cannot do without fighting war. So when the white man came to the zoo called Nigeria, they nearly finished all of them. So the white men became scared and handed Nigeria over to them, because when the Saudi Arabians drove them away, they went to North Africa. They started their violence. The North Africans drove them away. And they started wandering from place to place. And they wandered and came to Nigeria in 1808. Since that time they came, they were fighting and fighting till today, 200 and something years. They want to displace the indigenous people. All the oil deposits in Nigeria is in South. There's oil in Warri. There's oil in Uguta. There's oil in River State called Port Harcourt. There's oil in Cross River State called Akwa Ibom. But they are in charge, because when the white men came to colonize that Nigeria, they were killing those white men, and the white men became so scared of them and handed Nigeria over to them. They became in charge of everything till today. In the army, they are there. In the Air Force, they are there. Every department, they are there. Suppressing and subjugating the indigenous people that own the land. You go to the terrorist map or terrorist index, you will see that Nigeria is number 2 in the whole world, the deadliest terrorist groups in the whole world. And we, the owners of the oil, where the oil is deposited, we are being so marginalized. We are being so badly treated. No roads, no hospital, no water, nothing at all. To the extent that they removed history from all the schools so that you will never know history of how they came. So today it is our duty, the media team of Biafra government in exile. We have government in exile because that was what France had. France had it when Hitler was terrorizing the whole Europe. Charles de Gaulle ran to United Kingdom and had government in exile. So many countries had government in exile. Even America today fought with Britain in 1706. They fought them for 3 whole years. More than 3 years. America got their independence from Britain. So we're not the first. Now our leader here talking about Nigeria, he has been held. He's a British citizen. He has been held in detention since 2021. June 2021. June gone, made it 3 whole years. This man has been incarcerated after abducting him from Kenya. We Biafrans, we are not giving up. We are not giving up. We must fight for our freedom by telling the world and telling ourselves the truth. The truth is that we are over 70 million and we qualify for the United Nations to recognize us and give us certificate of independence to be a nation of our own. Anywhere you go all over the world and you open your mouth and tell anybody there, I am a Nigerian, they will abhor you because they are full of corruption. Criminality is their second name. Very corrupt. They have the one they call Yahoo. They call another one 419, the way they extort money for innocent victims. They even do it to some of us who are their own citizens, indigenous people. So my people, it's good to let everyone know that we Biafrans, we are 70 million and over. We qualify. Burundi is only 13 million. Google it. But they are now a nation of their own. Even recently, UN recognized Palestine. So Biafra is going to be declared 2nd of December this year under the leadership of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, who has been standing in the gap since the abduction of our leader. Let us continue to listen to our leader.
That somehow black people in Africa are normal people. Yes, so you want me to believe that? If they're normal, they have to prove it. The only way for you to prove that you're not a monkey is by going and getting Biafra. If Biafra doesn't come, you are an animal. Biafra is the only justification you have to exist as a human being. Anybody saying that he or she is a Nigerian, that person is worse than a fool. A journalist asked me this morning here, why do you call them animals? I said, because they are accepted and given to them by somebody else. Only a dog and a cat can do that. A white man came from Scotland, said your name is Nigeria, you accepted it without asking questions, which goes to show that your brain is not working properly. Had your brains been working properly, you will say no. that this is my name. After all, you answer Ahamefula. My name should not be lost. By answering Nigeria, you have abandoned your name, you have abandoned your traditions and your heritage. That is what Biafra is here to reverse. Everybody can gang up against us if they wish. But we want to make this victory in such a way that everybody who is a Biafran will worship God forever and ever. Because the delivery of Biafra from bondage, the extrication of the children of the Most High God, Chukwabiyama, from that very abominable entity, will indicate to you once and for all that indeed Chukwabiyama is a Biafran. The world is about to see something they've not seen before. That Biafra must emerge. We are not going to ask for anything that doesn't belong to us. We are not asking for any territory or resources. All we are asking them to do is to leave us alone. Same way we were before the British came. We have the documentation. To prove that we never gave the British the consent to form one Nigeria in the first place. The documents we signed with them was to trade with Royal Niger Company. We never gave them the consent to go and form Nigeria. This is...
Yes, my people, if you look at the top right corner of this very document, you will see Royal Niger Company created on the 5th of March 1890. That was when it was created. And our leader is always coming with facts and figures. Our leader knows what he is talking about because he is a scholar that studied in United Kingdom and he became a British citizen. He has a very good command of English and he does not come to give any information that is not authentic or any questionable information that will be misleading. So if you look very well, you will see the Royal Niger Company, that's the agreement, is a chartered and limited company. 5th of March 1890. So he is very correct.
One thing that the so-called band of intellectuals never ever bothered to ask themselves, including the Yorubas, Weshoyinka in particular. Did we give our consent to Lugard to go and form Nigeria? The answer is no, we did not. Where did they derive the authority to go to form that zoo? Why did they hand over to a group of black men that same slavish mentality impacted upon them by their masters?
Yes. In analyzing what our leader is saying, we did not give consent for them to amalgamate Nigeria. In the southeast part of Nigeria, the zoo, as we call it, because that's what they are. The southeast is where the 4 oil deposits, gas and crude oil, is deposited. Yes. So Lord Lugard, you have his picture there. He said, we have to help the northern brothers because they have nothing. And the only way to do it is to amalgamate the whole south, southeast, southwest, and north. And the amalgamation took place without the consent of our forefathers, who were not party to this very amalgamation because they were so scared of these fighters. They were very, very scared of them. And they gave them certificate of independence. That's how we got trapped into these marauders. These very people, Fulanese, they don't like the Southeasterners because we are the ones giving them a hell of time. They want to Islamize us. We do not want. We are Christians. We are Christians. They want to Islamize us. They Islamize half of the Southwest. And since then, they have always found us challenging. This is why my leader is saying here that they never consented, our forefathers never consented to the amalgamation. And Lord Lugard's girlfriend, called Florence Shaw, said, oh, let us call it Nigeria, because there's a river there called River Niger. I don't know where she got the name, Niger area or Niger area or whatever. So my people, in this world, everything you are doing, there's a history behind every move you make. There's history behind it. But we cannot rely on this history and be dying in the zoo. Something has to be done. That's why today, all those well-meaning Biafrans who want to get our freedom and our liberty back from the zoo, the Fulanese continues to use their military to kill our people. There was a time they did NSAS. What does that mean? SARS is a group of policemen that were busy buying young men and women. At night, if they see you, they will grab you, put you in their car, and you go to their police barrack and go there and give them bribe. The military are bribed, the police are bribed, corrupt. They look for bribery. That's the kind of system they run in that country. So the citizens, the youth started NSAS because the police and the army are continually being used by these people to kill those that is challenging their authority. They don't go to school. They don't know anything about law. Nigeria has no respect for law. They have no respect or value for human life. They have no respect for property, nothing at all. All they want to exhibit is that their violent nature, which made Arab to drive them away in the first place. So let us continue to listen to him.
No wonder they are incapable of civilization. They are incapable of human development. The one who look man, I understand, is here. Is that not correct? Yeah. Is here. Dancing from one nightclub to another. It's very, very rich on your money. And some to that nightclub to go and clean that nightclub to be able to feed and pay house rent. That money is coming from land. The one who look man is here in Austria with many stories.
Yes, my people, when our leader made this very speech was when he traveled to Austria to visit Biafrans, and he made this speech. Let me welcome my Biafran brother Wallace. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. We continue with our leader's voice before we go to other parts of the news of the day.
Them to do is to leave us alone. The same way we are before the British came. We have the documentation to prove that we never gave the British the consent in the first place. We have the documents. The documents we signed with them was to trade with Royal Niger Company. We never gave them the consent from Nigeria. The band of Nigeria never ever bothered to ask themselves, including the Yorubas, Weshonika in particular. Do we give our consent to that to go and form Nigeria? The answer is no, we did not. Where did they derive the authority to go to form that zoo? Why did they hand over to a group of black men that continued slavish mentality impacted upon them by their masters? No wonder they are incapable of civilization. They are incapable of development. The one who look man, I understand, is here. Is that not correct? Yeah. The son is here, dancing from one nightclub to another, making prostitutes very, very rich on your money. And go and clean that nightclub to be able to feed and pay house rent. That money is coming from your land. The one who look man is here in Austria with men.
Yes, my people, you may not understand what he is saying. Real man Ruwane Lukman is one of the oldest politicians in that zoo, a Fulani man. He has been there when we were in primary school. You can imagine Real Lukman is always in the government, and his children, you can never go to any part of the world and see any Fulani man from Nigeria walking anywhere. They don't walk because they steal the oil money. We are deprived. We, the owners of the oil, are deprived from walking anywhere close to that oil. They deal with the oil from Southeast as they wish. That's what they do. I mean, if you are taking something that belongs to someone, you give the person even a little access. No way, they can never give us access. You can never come close. People that came from Sahel, North Africa, they are not even close like Ghana. They are not close to that country. But they are the ones controlling our wealth, controlling everything we have. And our leader here is saying that his son came to Austria and he goes to nightclub. People who own the oil, everybody is running away because the country is not good, looking for greener pastures. They will be the one to go and clean the nightclub that he goes to, and they will pay them at the end of the month. But these are the people selling our oil, siphoning all the money, enslaving us, using the money to go and buy aircraft, Tucano aircraft, and the armored tanks to fight us because we want to live. They don't want us to live. How could a whole tribe be watching foreigners to subjugate them in their own country? Thank you so much, Waris.
Many stories on Biafra. Him and the children are living it large, having fun. In the morning, we will go to the nightclub where the son went to party to go and clean that nightclub that we can get money to feed. Do you now see why I said that there's something wrong with us? Only an animal can allow that to happen, not a sensible human being. Why do you think everybody revolted in the world? That is a sign of civilization. When you revolt against any oppressive regime or system, that is a sign that you are now matured as a human being, or else you're an animal. You are an animal. When we preach the gospel on Radio Biafra, we tell you the truth. If you have any counter opinion, you present it. People shouldn't look at us and say, oh, you are insulting us. No. I am.
Hello, my wonderful sister Chinyere Ubuna. How does 2024? Wonderful. Thank you for joining. We Biafrans can never stop. By the special grace of God, as long as I am well, I will always come here, no matter how sweet, no matter how ugly the update is, I will bring it to my fellow Biafrans. My people, if you look at the title of this program this evening, it says, Biafrans, zoo is finished. Today, from our Prime Minister's Twitter handle, our gallant men are neutralizing our enemies that came all the way from the north down to our land. Unu mana anyị enwere ike igosi such videos. So, ndewo nwanne m, ndewo, thank you. So, we cannot show it here. Go to our Prime Minister's Twitter handle and use your eye to judge what is going on. They say that the Mba, the one, he is bringing military and surrounding them, using them to surround the airport everywhere in Biafra land. But everybody is sitting at home. Today is the second day of our 4-day sit at home. And I'm encouraging our Biafrans who are in homeland to sit at home. During Nigeria Biafra War 1967 to 1970, children, men, women, adults, they sat at home for 3 whole years. This sit at home is the time when our gallant men will take time to fish out our enemies, no matter where they are, and them. Hello, my brother Nas. Thank you for joining in. We move, Biafrans. Yes. So that is the update. On our Bagala. Ndị be anyị na-egweli ndị amị ije na our Prime Minister's Twitter handle. If ị ga-afụ ebe anwa ga-awụ ga-akpata oyi, i wee kwete na ọ na-eme. But enwere m ike iwetie here, my people. I can't. But that is the update for our sit at home. So let nobody venture coming out. Iwe ji ndị Biafra. Our gallant men ji iwe. Operation No Mercy. Our PM said it during his visit in Germany. France was the last place he went, and also he visited US. I have played what he said in US yesterday. I might still play it today if we have time. My wonderful people, lovers of, we will not leave these people to buy our people or send them to IDP camp. No, we should all pray for our gallant men. Another update on our Prime Minister's Twitter handle is that our PM, Biafra government in exile, His Excellency, we have a crucial meeting with Biafrans in Lagos on Sunday coming, 4th of August. He will have a meeting with them by 3 p.m. Biafra time. And the venue, he said, with massive physical gatherings. Hello, my wonderful sister. Thank you for joining. My people, Biafra will surely come, and nothing is stopping it. At this dispensation and at this standard and level that we have reached, if we ever go back, we will be so sorry for ourselves. Therefore, it is move, move, move. Mass exodus, this 2024 December is the day that it will happen, both on paper and in physical life at Finland. We are not the first to have government in exile. You all know that there was a time a man called Hitler was terrorizing the whole of Europe. And the French people who are very close, the leader has to run, Charles de Gaulle, and came to United Kingdom and stayed there. He was the commander-in-chief of their armed forces. And he was in United Kingdom. Thank you. Onyendu said that we will kill them with truth. To buy the zoo. And we will use truth to make the world know. Thank you, Lekon, for joining. My people, if anyone wants to join the studio, please indicate and I will send you a link. This is our platform, the Breji Media Platform. It belongs to you and I. Feel free, my people. These people cannot cage us for the rest of our lives. We have to have a place where we relax. Feel free to say what we want to say. Biafra is going to be one of the wonder nations in the world. I will play you people one video of audio of one of the men, what he said. I will play the audio. The man said he's a man of God, that God showed him something this morning, 30th of July. But before I forget about it, I can tell you what he said because I read it. I listened to it. He said that God woke him up and was showing him Enugu. The whole of Enugu is after our boundary on the other side with Middle Belt. He said, and the governor of Enugu State is Governor Mba. He said that God showed him Enugu State. And that as God was showing him Enugu State, he showed him that there's a lot of Obala, blood everywhere. Obolondi police na ndị army. Kita Mba ejogo bute ndị army, everywhere. We now say our people don't sit at home. That's what Governor Mba is saying. This man said that God told him that if Governor Mba careful, if he will go if I knew, but I beg your pardon. So this man said that God told him that what is happening is that Biafra must come because he wants his children, Biafrans, to be free and to be able to serve him. Mission is like that of the children of Israel in Egypt, fellow Biafrans. This Egypt where we are today, we will not see it again. Sometimes I will think that abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is for God to use Simon, our PM, indomitable PM, our Obatobi, to bring this Biafra as quickly as possible. This man was saying this thing this morning. He posted it on my platform that God told him, oh, everyone should be at home and don't come. Makana, our gallant men, no mercy. Our PM enyego vikike, oppression, no mercy. That Mba, if he does not stop challenging the coming of Biafra, that's what the man said in that voice. So before I forget, because we have a lot of things to talk about today, whenever I'm coming here, I want to give my people hope. Let no one despair or become despondent, because God is with us. If I name bife mo, onya inachulaja boke mo. There is hand of God in what we are doing. Let's listen to Mazi.
Telling you the fact that you're a Nigerian means an animal. Only an animal can accept the name given. Is that human development? The one who look back and I understand is here. Is that not correct? Yeah. The son is here, dancing from one nightclub to another, making prostitutes very, very rich on your money. And some of us go to that nightclub to go and clean that nightclub to be able to feed and pay house rent. That money is coming from your land. The one who look man is here in Austria with money stolen from Biafra. Him and the children are living at large, having fun. In the morning, we will go to the nightclub where the son to party to go and clean that nightclub that we can get money to feed. Do you now see why I said that the animal can allow that to happen? Not a sensible human being. Why do you think everybody revolted in the world? That is a sign of civilization. When you revolt against any oppressive regime or system, that is a sign that you are now matured as a human being, or else animal. When we preach the gospel, we tell you the truth. If you have any opinion, you present it. People shouldn't look at us and say, oh, you are insulting us. No, I am telling you the fact. The fact that you're a Nigerian means an animal. Only an animal can accept the name true or false. Then every Nigerian is an animal. We preach the truth here. They don't know what is coming at them. As I will keep reminding them, before we came, nobody could tell you the truth this way. Now that we are here, they can't tell you. We are not here to pamper you and put cream on you. If you have a problem, we cut it out completely. Surgery. Cut out the problem. We don't raise the wound. We cut out the rubbish and throw it away. Yes. And heal you properly. And you survive. Than nursing an injury or wound that never improves. We are here. Do you know how shameful it is for a grown-up man from Biafra land to abandon the father's compound? I am the first son of my father. My father never abandoned his father's compound, but I did in order to survive. If something happens to me abroad and I don't go home, what happens to my family lineage?
You see that Onyendu doesn't tell lies. All of us the same. All of us the same. These Fulanis are pushing us. Do you remember that there was a time Britain said to Nigerians, if you want a place, come, we will shelter you. So when we all come to UK, Fulani will have time to take our land over. Nothing is working. Do you people know when 2023 election, before it came, one Fulani man came openly and said to the people of Zoo, do not use Southeasterners. Do not start now to ask for hospitals or electricity. We are coming to Islamize you. But the people who taught them Islamic religion, the Arabs, they don't practice like them. They don't practice like them. They are practicing the archaic way of Islamism. Because if you go to Dubai today, you will see religious houses. They have you see Christians, Jewish, Hindu, and their own. And many things happen in Dubai. They have moved on. But these African ones who still believe in buying somebody, they are still there. You know, masquerading themselves as Muslims. That is not how Islamic religion is worshipped. No, my people. I have Islamic family friends in the UK. They are wonderful people, doctors, engineers, lawyers, you know, and they don't even cover their head. They are very free-minded family. They are my very good friends. For years, I worked with them in the same office. And we are still friends till tomorrow. But the ones in the zoo, they want to buy you. They will tell you that a 6-year-old, even a 9-year-old, will get married to a 90-year-old man. That's what they want to do. and to Fulanize us. It cannot happen. It will not. We don't want them. They hate us passionately and we hate them like hell. That's what Onyendu said at the initial part of this program. Video. Let me play it. My people, listen to Onyendu here. Listen.
One thing in common, all of us that believe in Biafra. One thing is we have in common: a pathological hatred for Nigeria. I cannot begin to put into words how much I hate. People don't understand it. I despise it. With every drop of blood in my body, I will walk towards the total dismemberment of that zoo. That by the time we finish, Nigeria will no longer exist. That is the night or system. That is a sign.
Nigeria passionately, because they don't want any progress for anybody. All these countries that I have mentioned now that had their government in exile, are they not progressing today? They are progressing. Why are they caging us? They don't like us. They don't want us to be at peace. They don't want us to go. They burn our businesses in Lagos, in Kaduna, in Kano, in Abuja, everywhere. They demolish our houses. How much can we take from these people? People from send them to IDP camp, they still go that place, climb that mountain where they are, and still buy them. That was why the general, though he fought us during the war, but what can we do? The one called the T.Y. Danjuma, he said that the military, that they collude. Even Mr. Mobosi that died last year at the age of 80, may he so rest in peace. Mobosi said it, that in 1963, that Sadwana of Sokoto and Tafawa Balewa was using military to buy people from Southwest and the Middle Belt and the Southeast. That was why the military people revolted. And they said that Chukwu Manzogu killed their father, that the Igbos should pay. I have that video here. When one man told Charles Soludo, what are you people talking about? To go and pay them for what? After killing our people all these years. They said that we will do reparation for their father, Sadwana of Sokoto, that Chukwu Manzogu killed. It was because they were using them. Do you people know that 2 months ago, was it in May, one Southeastern soldier died himself. He put the gun in his head because they were telling them what to go and do in Southeast. He said he cannot go to kill his people. That was why those soldiers, they had coup, 27 of them. Everything that happens, they will say is Igbo coup. Now they are doing protests. They said that is Igbos, whereas our prime minister have told us clearly, I do not want to see any Biafran on the street protesting. Rather, we are sitting at home. It is our civic right. It is enshrined in law. You have right to sit at home. Besides, the governors do not give them any business loan, so they don't owe them any explanation. My people, these people have been caging us for so many years because they know some of them don't know their rights, especially the businessmen. Some of them are not properly informed of what their rights are. Your business is your business. Assuming you want to travel abroad to go and buy something from China and you want to spend 1 week there, will you not lock up your shop? Does it concern any governor? Especially the governors in the Southeast. Because they are here destroying the fabric of our society. Biafra is here. All we need is funding. We need funding to support our PM Breji. So that's all we need.
That you matured as a human being, or else you're an animal. You are an. When we preach the gospel radio Biafra, we tell you the truth. If you have any counter opinion, you present it. People shouldn't look at us and say, "Oh, you're insulting us." No, I am telling you the fact. The fact that you is an animal. Only an animal can accept the name given. Is that true or false? Then every Nigerian is an animal. We preach the truth here. They don't know what is coming at them. As I will keep reminding them, before we came, nobody could tell you the truth this way. Now that we are here, they can't tell you. We are not here to pamper you and put cream on you. If you have a problem, we cut it out completely. Surgery. Cut out the problem. We don't raise the wound. We cut out the rubbish and throw it away. And you survive than nursing an injury or wound that never improves. We are here. Do you know how shameful it is for a grown-up man from Biafra land to abandon the father's compound? I am the first son of my father. My father never abandoned his father's compound, but I did in order to survive. If something happens to me abroad and I don't go home, what happens to my family lineage? My own branch is closed. Do you know why our land is the way it is? When the white man came, our forefathers never gave them the first son, because the first son is the custodian of our way of life. They always gave them second to the last. Second to the last, almost finished. We gave them all people that came, servants that came. You will be amazed. I don't want to make some people feel bad. Everybody in those days that acquired very high education is not Madiala. Number one. Number two, they are not the first son. Go and check it out. They went abroad and copied rubbish and brought home. That is why you're here today. If Nigeria is working, we will be here today. If outside in such large numbers, including those I'm seeing there, is not working. It worked for over. When is it going to work? When? Somebody should tell me. When will it work? They say those I'm seeing means that the zoo is not working. It has not worked for over 50 years. When is it going to work? When? Somebody should tell me. When will it say a fool at 40 is a fool forever? I don't know if it's a fool at 50, what it is. Maybe a fool at 50 shouldn't even exist.
Yes, my people, you know, when something like this is going on, you have to ask yourself, how does the people respond? What started all this today again is about our sit at home. Our PM instructed us to sit at home. Therefore, we must sit at home. There's one video I have. I don't know if I saved it on this very studio. Let me search for it. Where one of the people working with the DOS, he was talking about how much they have spent in trying to go to, let me look for it, trying to go to talk to some people in the US. I have it on my Twitter handle, but since I cannot find it, what I will do is that I will play you the voice from my phone. But let me play the voice of our PM first about these very lobbyists. You know that those lobbyists, they are doing wonderful work for Biafra government in exile, which is for all of us and our benefit. And whatever they do today is impacting so much after the recognition, after the declaration of Biafra for restoration on the 2nd of December, this is when you people will know the value of these lobbyists, because they are the ones that will talk to the world to recognize us. And all the top people that our PM meets today in the US. Hello, my wonderful sister. Thank you for joining, Stella. Bless you, wonderful woman. Thank you so much. Let me play you people the voice of our PM while he was in the US so that you will hear what happens there. You know, sometimes people will be saying, oh, you are challenging the DOS. People like the one they call Paul Achebe. All these non-entities, I don't know how they got into Biafra restoration and all our agitation, you know.
Of summary of what we have achieved this week, because the achievements is nothing to write home about. In fact, it is overwhelmed when you know what we have done this week. We've met highly placed individuals in the United States, and the result is overwhelming, like I said. And I would like him to use a few minutes.
Please, my sister Stella, could you confirm if you are hearing this voice? If you are hearing the sound of our PM's voice?
To address all of you in the United States, because it is because of you that we are able to make this happen. So we'll continue to break the doors. This week we are entering, it's gonna be another powerful week. A lot of programs, a lot of meetings are taking place. And just within a month of having the lobbyist firm, we have been able to break doors in the United States, Congress, and many US organizations. So, Elias, I welcome you. Just 2 minutes of your time, because actually you are
please, Leko, can you confirm, are you hearing the voice of our PM?
And to tell our people what is going on. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Yes, when I saw that you were doing...
Yes, my people, the voice, that is if you are hearing it. The voice of the person you are going to hear now is Mr. Elias, one of the congressmen that is our lobbyist in America. Listen to him. PM introduced him during his visit in USA 2 days ago. So let's listen to what he said. There is something I'm going to play for you again to counter. Okay, all right, Diane, thank you so much.
The town hall, I just thought that I should just come on and perhaps say some remarks and say hello to all Biafran friends. So great to see you, Mr. Prime Minister, and all of the guests here today. Hello to all of you. As the Prime Minister has noted, we had an extraordinarily eventful week. Many of you have probably seen many of these handled, and it was extremely significant. The chief of our wonderful chief of staff was in Washington, D.C. I took her to see some element policymakers We had an important meeting with Congressman John Carter of Texas, who was very sympathetic to our cause, and we briefed him on the accomplishments of the Briggy government, on the great leadership of the Prime Minister, and also spoke very bluntly about the criminal nature of the Nigerian government. And we got some very strong commitments of support from him. He's another friend of Biafra. We also had, and the Prime Minister made a tweet about it, and Prime Minister, I'm glad to see it's over 100,000 views, an important meeting with Ambassador Tibor Nagy, who was a very senior official in the State Department for many decades, former U.S. Ambassador to Ethiopia. He was the Assistant Secretary of African Affairs.
You people will remember that last week sometimes the Minister of Finance had a meeting, and the Chief of Staff also had meeting. Emmanuel Ugu, thank you for joining. Thank you so much, wonderful brother. We move, Biafrans. Last week, the Minister of Finance hosted Elias in Biafra House in Washington, and the Chief of Staff was there, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. He said that he watched the program and see that there are thousands of views, almost 100,000 views that watched that program, that he is impressed. And he does not understand that we Biafrans, we don't joke. If you go to Twitter space, you will see that some of our brothers and sisters will be on that Twitter space from morning till night. You will be wondering, how do they eat? We are all consumed. You heard Onyendu that I played here. He said that he has passionate, and what many Biafrans has in common with him is passionate hatred for the zoo because of the way they do things. You are swimming and drinking our oil, yet you don't like us. You don't want us. Hello, Smart. Thank you for joining. All hail Biafra. Thank you so much, my wonderful people. Don't forget to click the like buttons. That is the only thing you can do for me and for this platform. Thank you so much. So, this very man was hosted at that Washington office, and he is saying how happy he was the way Biafrans welcomed him there and treated him like a king, and that he was very happy, you know. So with all that, they all know how serious Biafrans are. Let's continue to listen to him.
Under President Trump between 2018 to 2021, and we had a very exceptional meeting with him, and we were able to speak to him for, I believe, over an hour. And he's someone who's very important because if the Republicans win in November, I believe he'll have an even more senior position in the next State Department. So we received a lot of positive receptivity in our meetings. A lot of, and I'm not mentioning everything. I'm just mentioning this. We've had many other meetings with senators and congressmen and so forth. I'm just relating from the past few days. And we've privately gotten some very strong commitments. In fact, a lot of them have said, why haven't you guys, why haven't the Biafrans approached us sooner? No one's ever brought this to our attention. So,
did you hear that? He said the senators that he introduced to our PM, because apart from contributing fund and doing some of the things like sit at home that our Prime Minister instructed, these people are the next eye for Biafra to come. They are. So senators, all the top Americans is what they are introducing to our PM. If you go to my Facebook, Betty Ford Second, you will see the picture of that senator. I have it there with our PM. I even showed it here some time ago, but I cannot continue to show one picture. So the senators that we are talking with our PM, and which this man went to later on, that very senator said, why did Biafrans not approach them sooner? That is to say that nobody has approached them before. But I will play a video for you people to know that these criminals that surrounded Onyendu are thieves. Let's continue to listen to him.
So, you know, as the Bible says, ask in a meeting with him.
Listen.
And we were able to speak to him for, I believe, over an hour. And he's someone who's very important because if the Republicans win in November, I believe he'll have an even more senior position in the next State Department. So we've received a lot of positive receptivity in our meetings. A lot of, and I'm not mentioning everything. I'm just mentioning a few things from this week. We've had many other meetings with senators and congressmen and so forth. I'm just relating from the past few days. And we've privately gotten some very strong commitments. In fact, a lot of them have said, why haven't the Biafrans approached us sooner? No one's ever brought this to our attention. So, you know, as the Bible says, ask and you shall receive. You know, so all we have to do is ask. We're now making our requests, and it's just being received very well. I think it's important to understand, and this is what, you know, it's important for all the Biafrans to understand is for the United States to assist Biafra, there needs to be a formal request. There needs to be an explanation of the situation in order for them to intervene. You can't expect the international community or the U.S. government to intervene with something when you haven't even formally asked them for something. You know, the analogy I would use would be if you go to a restaurant, you don't order off the menu and then you can blame the restaurant for not giving you food, right? You have to tell the U.S., the international community, hey, this is the problem and this is what we want you to do. It's that simple. And we're doing it, and we're doing it successfully. And we're making huge progress very quickly. And I'm very excited. And also, I had the great honor on Thursday of visiting the Biafra headquarters in Maryland and meeting with the diaspora. You have a marvelous headquarters of Maryland Prime Minister, and it's, I think, a testament to the achievement of the government. And I was greeted with the most wonderful hospitality and graciousness, and I appreciate the warmth I've received from many Biafrans so far. You have a beautiful headquarters. I think it's a testament to your leadership, Prime Minister, and the achievements of this government. And I enjoyed interacting with and learning from the Biafran diaspora. And in the evening, I hosted a get-together with some diasporans here in Washington, D.C., and we're going to do many more of these. And I think this is a chance where the diaspora can learn from us in terms of our political activities, but we and myself can also learn from the diaspora. And we're going to be working more closely with the diaspora. I'm sure you saw the Prime Minister's tweet about how the government is going to start to interview people for political directors. We're going to be creating a political PAC. And so our firm is going to assist with the creation of a proper infrastructure here in the United States in order to get the grassroots properly organized and mobilized. And both myself and my firm are going to help with that, and we're going to work very closely with this new structure we're creating where all the grassroots energy can be channeled in an effective manner. So I just want to say this has been a great honor. We're making enormous progress in just the first month, and we'll be making much more progress in the months ahead.
Did you hear that? Of all the things he said, he was just talking about how Biafrans did not approach the congressmen or the Americans on time. And every other thing he said that they have achieved and that they will help the prime minister to structure those things so that Biafra coming will be a huge success. He said that they have made a lot of progress, only 1 month that they started, but that they will make more progress as they go along. These are the Americans. Zoo is panicking. He even called them zoo. This very Oyibo man, he called them zoo because if you go to Google now, ask Google which country is called zoo, it will tell you is Nigeria. Or write Nigeria and ask Google what is the next name or another name for Nigeria, it will tell you zoo. Just ask Google which country is called zoo, it will tell you. This man addressed them as zoo. And you don't insult someone who you like so much. It is somebody that you don't like. Because every country does not reckon with Nigeria. They will tell you Nigerians, they are very corrupt, dirty deals, people that have no value for life, no value for property, no value for anything. Nigeria are signatory to so many international treaties. They don't comply with any. Even the UN, because the UN gave Nigeria command in year 2022 to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go. Nigeria refused because the Fulanis, they are criminals, warriors that never gives up. But this time, with our PM, they have made their match. They have made their match. Emmanuel, don't worry, I will talk about that, but let's listen to this man. I will repeat, I've said it from the beginning of my this video, but this program, but if you rewind it, you will still hear it. I will say it again as you have reminded me.
I think we're going to be delivering some very big surprises for the zoo the next few months. They're not going to know what's.
You heard it?
I mean, they're already
that they will be going to bring more surprises to the zoo. You see, he called them zoo because he knows the stuff Nigeria government is made of.
Devastated by what we're doing. They're being hit by all sides. The Nigerian government is very worried. In fact, you might have seen some of these think tanks in the zoo are writing these letters complaining to the U.S. government. What is this lobbying, and we don't like it, and so forth. So clearly, what we're doing is scaring them.
Yes,
and they should be scared, as I've said in the town hall.
He said that what they are doing is scary. What they are doing for us is scaring Nigeria, and that they should be scared.
Honor Prime Minister, I appreciate you indulging me in making my brief remarks, and I just thought to say hello since you were conducting this town hall, and thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my people, now you have heard our PM, the way he introduced the man. You have heard what the man said. This place, I have this guy. Let me start it.
The achievement IPO.
You see, this, because we Biafrans, under the Breji government and under the leadership of our PM, we are always talking about our lobbyists. And this one, I don't know where he came from, IPOB Nigeria. They came. I have it on my Twitter handle for people to know, but I will go there and write down something for those who will view it to know why I posted it there. These people are criminals. They spent $750,000 US, the money we were that time donating. When Onyendu was around, I know how much that I pay every month. Do you know that these people went and inflated that amount until one day I came to my bank, Barclays Bank. One of the white girls said to me, Madam, I understand you have this standing order, monthly standing order for your group. I said, yes. She said, you started with so and so amount. I said, yes. She said, they have increased it. Are you aware? And I looked. And that was when Onyendu was caught. 2021. I saw it and I screamed. Hello, Obieze. Ndewo nwannem. Chukwu gozie gi. Thank you for joining. So my people, I saw that these people increased it by additional 10 pounds. Can you imagine these people? Criminals, that's what we have. So back to this, just to compare it with what you have heard from Elias, one of these lobbyists. Now, the man said that when they introduced our PM to those top Americans, politicians, they say, what have you people, why haven't you people come all this while to tell us this, that this is what you want us to pay? The man even went as far as saying, if the Bible said that if you ask, you will receive, but because you did not ask, you are not going to receive anything. But these ones, they spent $750 and they shared it. Onyendu will not know that this is what they did. So listen to him. And you will be wondering, who did they meet? In the US. Because he said IPOB spent $750. Listen to him.
IPOB has made so far. The strategy behind our move, so many people doesn't understand. And they are not to be blamed. As everybody is aware, recently, IPOB consulted a consultant firm in Washington with a whooping sum of $750,000.
Have you all heard it? That IPOB, we are the indigenous people of Biafra, but we now have our government in exile, Breji. So these ones, anything we do, they try to copy or they try to brainwash people. Where they went and brought this one out, that was when Onyendu was there. But they never met anybody. You heard what Elias said here, that those senators and those top politicians say, why haven't you people come to us early? But this one is here now claiming their achievement, that they spent 700. Let me put it back a bit. I'm not going to play all his voice, but this very part to show you people that these people are really psychophants, pathological liars. Leech. You know what a leech is? Something, you know, there is some of this leech, you can find it in a deep water or pond. If it latches on your body, it will not leave you. Even if you pull it, that's what they are. They will latch at Onyendu, milking all the money that we contribute. They told you they spent $750 to engage lobbyists. When?
With a whooping sum of $750,000.
Have you heard it?
And you put it in Naira, or their useless Naira is close to 400 million. When this happened, so many people were like confused or marveled. Why so much money? Why spending so much money on just consultants? First, I have to thank you guys for such a money. It is so much. But ask also me, where does those money comes from? Those money comes from all this your investment. Those monies come from your monthly dues. Those money comes from your defense.
So my people, if they did go to Washington, as he claimed here, to engage lobbyists, why would this one say that no one came? These are the people that Onyendu was working with. I believe that God will not allow anything happen to Onyendu. I believe that God purposely left Onyendu there. Because even Christ, God allowed Christ to die on the cross. Even when Christ called, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, which means, my God and my Father, why have you forsaken me? But that was as a human. After 3 days, what happened? You know, Onyendu has spent 3 years in the DOS. Onyendu. Trust me, because Akachukwu dinifa. God is using our PM to do what God wants him to do. And the prophet said that our PM, that his spirit, his soul, his body, his movement, his sleeping, everything is Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. That nobody should ever think that our PM is joking with this Biafra struggle. And he is not. If anybody is honest with themselves, our PM is all about Biafra coming. Because he promised Nigeria, I will be your end. I will be your end. That's what he promised the zoo. And he is doing it. So now you have seen how much these embezzlers, how much they took from the coffers of the money that we were contributing. Then they will go and share it. And they will come back and tell Onyendu, we have engaged the people. If they engage these people, where are those people now? Where are these DOS and their group that is making this announcement? So my people, I am telling every Biafran, remain strong. Let us not be like the tortoise that have been in a hole for a whole year or 7 days. Even if it is the whole day, when it gets to the time when the tortoise will be pulled out from the hole, you will start telling everybody, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. No, we need funds, money for our PM to keep carrying on. I have told you people here, you know, that not me telling you, at least you heard how much this guy mentioned. Our PM is spending more than that, because we also have a foreign barrister that advises us legally, so that everything we are doing is under the rules of law. And when you take us Biafrans to ICC or anywhere, we have to defend ourselves legally. Hello, thank God. Thank you for joining. My wonderful people, remember to click the like button and share this message so that it will go viral. I have a video, but I cannot play it as a video. Let me play it as audio of our brother. He has something to tell us. But before I go to that one, I'm seizing this opportunity again to talk to our people about protests. One of our brothers here, Mr. Ugu, is reminding me to talk to you, Biafrans, because I do send my messages to our homeland. And those in diaspora that have your families, we all have our families back home, send them this message. The zoo will not bring out their gun if they know that the Southeast and the Biafrans are not there. But the moment you people join them, they will say it is a Igbo protest. Already, some of our Yoruba brothers have already started accusing Peter Obi as the one staging the protest. But trust me, the people staging this protest are the Fulanis, because they want to bring Tinubu down. But you will not believe it. Do not join this protest. We have sit at home for 4 days. Hello, Kingsley Isaac. Thank you, my brother, for joining. Do not join this protest. Our Igbo brothers have been advised to go and carry your stuff a day before that protest. Carry all your food stuff and hide them, because they will come and hijack your shop. You know, during EndSARS, they never told anybody that it was not just EndSARS that they are doing, that they are hungry. When they opened the warehouses, they left the protest and diverted the attention to all the warehouses where their palliatives were stored, and EndSARS ended. But we are not interested in their protest. We have our Biafra, and we have our way of protesting. Sit at home for 4 days, only 4 days. In 1967 to 70, they sat at home for 3 years. So these 4 days will not take anything from you. Rather, it will serve as part of your referendum, that the international world will see that Biafrans now take order from our PM. Yes, no protest for Biafrans, because your enemies will go and use it to loot the shops of you Biafrans and take all your food stuff, destroy your businesses. They are now calling it protest against hunger and against bad governance. But the moment they notice that you, even if you are in Lagos, don't join. Even if you are in Abuja, do not join. If you are in Kano, Kaduna, as a Biafran, do not join. We are not hungry people. They are protesting because they are hungry. They are the stomach infrastructure. Instead of them telling the government what they want, they will leave it vague, coming out to tell you that is bad governance. Bad governance is a blanket statement. It doesn't cover anywhere. It's not specific. They should mention what they want the government to do for them. But that is their problem. I'm not sending anyone to do protest. I'm discouraging Biafrans from joining them. Our PM has made a rule that no Biafra should be seen on the street. Time is ticking. It's coming nearer. Today is 30th. Tomorrow is 31st. They stage their protest to start on the 1st, which is next tomorrow. Let no sensible Biafran join them, because you prefer to buy. That's your business. I have said my own. Don't allow these people to deceive you. That's that. So I will play a video now of our brother talking to us about this very man. Let me find his video, who wants to replace Ifanyoba. Is there talking about our PM again, just the same way that Ifanyoba was talking about our PM. So my people, let us listen to him. Let's listen to our brother.
Dialogue to talk about the effects on our economy. Economy for the Igbo, the Southeast. the IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, cancelled the sit at home. But one criminal in Thailand called Simon Ekpa, one
Look, he called it Thailand. He doesn't even know what he's saying. Wrong facts.
criminal in Thailand called Simon Ekpa continued maiming, killing, kidnapping.
So, my people, this Ewu does not know who is killing them and maiming them. This is what he's trying to tell us. That the Fulanese, why they make all the governors, let me tell you people now, why they always make the governors to swear for them to protect the interests of Fulanese, is that the Fulanese who are living like in Enugu, selling money on the streets, will be the one to welcome those ones they are bringing from Sahel and showing them all the routes. So when they come, those governors will tell you not to allow them. They will bring cow. Those governors will go and demolish market like Oba did. Demolish a whole market where our widows and our women are selling. He bulldozed it and gave it to cattle rearers, Fulani herdsmen. So let's listen to this, our brother, what he has to tell us about these criminals.
Emmanuel, you are welcome. Joseph. So we are here. I'm going to play the full episode and analyze it bit by bit. And I want you to pay very, very, very good attention. In fact, if you know the idiot, I will show you his name in a GIF.
He is
If
the
you
one
know the
here.
Idiot,
This
I
is
want
the
you
idiot.
to tag him. Bring him here. Tell him we have landed to his office. I want you to tell the Okoko, we have remembered him. He has been gallivanting. He has been running up and down behind the scene for the past 3 or 4 years, claiming to be the chairman of the president of Ohanese Youth Council. But first of all, Ohanese has become a defunct organization as far as Biafra land is concerned. If I want to bring it closer to the one they will understand, as far as Alibo is concerned, Ohanese has been a defunct organization. It's no longer non-existent. It has been banned by the Biafra government. And it remains banned whether they like it or not. So, as if that is not enough, we have also giving them vote of no confidence. Even before the permanent ban of the Ohanese criminals or criminal organization, we had already given them vote of no confidence. So they are irrelevant. And since we pass vote of no confidence on them, they have become useless as defecation. They have become useless as defecation. Even defecation is even more useful because you can use it for manure. You can use it for manure. But these people has become as useless as I don't know because they are irrelevant. I don't know what to compare their uselessness in our legal. So remember the question. The question is, because I don't want to take it back, because if I take it back a little bit, you will see where he talked about the proposed or the planned protest or end bad governance protest in Nigeria or hunger protest in Nigeria. So he talked about it, but because I don't want to give credit to that very protest, that planned protest, but I am still using this opportunity to encourage the youths of Nigeria to carry out their protest. Go ahead. In fact, go to Abuja. Make sure that you enter Asorok as you start this protest. I am in support of you. I support you wholeheartedly, 100%. Make sure you don't stop the protest. If you start, don't stop. Because the time you stop during the EndSARS, those that were illegally abducted by zoo, police and army are still languishing in the various custodies, police custodies and military barracks all across the Zoological Republic. So since then,
my people, you will note that we are not encouraging Biafrans to join the protest. But my brother here is talking to Nigerian youths. So he is not trying to radicalize Biafran children to join the protest. He is talking to Nigerian youths.
Since then, nobody is fighting for them. And they are hopeless as it stands today. So once you start, do not stop until you get your demand. So I'm encouraging them to carry on their protest, but please make sure that you leave Biafrans out of your protest. We are not involved as we are not Nigerians. We are Biafrans. Our sole target is freedom. We are not in support of any, not in support. Supporting Nigerian youth to protest is a different thing, but joining Nigerian youth to protest is another thing, it's a different thing entirely. So we are not in any way joining Nigerian youth to protest. We have been sitting at home for the past 3 years, and we are not stopping anytime soon until our demand is met. That is how you know a determined people. You don't just come on social media to say, yes, protest. If you don't say protest under 2 days, that is not how to do to make a demand and get what you demand for. You don't get your demand, you don't get your reward when you come out in the street to protest. After 2 days, run to your mother's wrapper and hide yourself in your mother's kitchen. You don't get any reward. Rather, we go into another dimension, another kind of suffering that you never envisaged. So you must continue with your protest, but leave Biafrans out of it. We are Biafrans and we want freedom, outright freedom from the Zoological Republic. We are not in support of you. Not in support. We support you, but we are not involved. So go on and do your thing. Now, after the question was asked, this buffoon here, this idiot, about the protest, because he is against the protest, I think I should take it back. Let us start from that. Let us begin with his idiocy, so that you will understand the question, where the question is coming from. But I will allow you to play. I'm going to allow you to play because I don't have time to analyze it. So I will allow you to play concerning the protest, and then we'll start from this same place where we are right now, where the question concerning Biafra was asked to the idiot. Now let's continue.
On the table on reduction of fuel.
Ariasan, let's hear from Mazi.
Thank you.
Mazi Nabuke, your take.
Thank you. Thank you. Johannes, the Youth Council Worldwide, and the National Publicity Secretary of Nigerian Ethnic Nationality Leaders Worldwide.
Let me also let you know, the idiot started with his name is, he said he's Johannes Youth Council Leader, or Johannes President Youth Council, or whatever he called himself. This idiot is the factional leader of Johannes Youth Council. Let me make it clear. He is under Okechukwu Isiguzoro. I will do a lot of things this evening. I don't mind how many hours this very broadcast is going to take. But I want to advise you to stay tuned. This idiot, because of his video and who he works with, has necessitated let me bring it down. I don't want to use too much grammar for this. Because of his stupidity and idiocy this evening, I have found it very, very necessary and imperative to visit the activities, the old activities
of his principal, who happens to be Okechukwu Isiguzoro. So I'm going to play some videos from his group, from his gang, starting from their battle against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, their fight against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because there is something, he said something here. So that thing that he said here will now make me bring old videos for us to expose them to the maximum and for Biafrans to see who are the people talking to them. Once you are joining me here, please do not hesitate to welcome others. Very, very important. I have said that I will stop asking our people to share my broadcast. Once I welcome you, don't hesitate to welcome others. We are spreading the gospel. Now let's continue.
Right. Please, first of all, I'm calling on my people.
You can see his name is Mazi Oku Nnabuike. His name is Mazi Oku Nnabuike. And of course, he doubled as the National Publicity Secretary of NENYLCW. This name is what they call, they say it is National Youth, whatever nonsense. They call themselves national youth leaders. That is what they call themselves. So, but at the same time, he doubles as the President General of Ohaneze Youth Council, not the Ohaneze of Iwanyamu and the Isigu. And Iwayaka. There's another Ohaneze Youth President known as Iwayaka. I think I have his picture here. So you all know this.
Hello, my sister Julie. Thank you for joining. We have discussed some issues. If you roll the video back, you will get all the gist. I hope you're keeping well. Remember to be safe during the protests. Don't allow anybody to come close. We are now sitting at home for 4 days. Please, my people, try and sit at home. Okay, Leko, thank you. And my sister Stella said that this man is a fulefu. Yes, look at him. He said that our PM lives in land. Hey, all these big fools. They think that is sewing dress and wearing bead round your neck and red cap that gives you personality. Personality of any human being, to me, starts from your conduct, your behavior, the way you conduct yourself, and the way you relate to others, the value you share with other people. Is not how you are dressed. Anybody can dress anyhow. Anybody can dress anyhow, as long as there is money. And you will ask yourself, that money you have, how did you acquire it? Did you acquire it genuinely or one of the fraudulent ways of Nigeria's system? Because Fulanis are very lazy people. Lazy. The highest thing a Fulani man will do is either to rear a cattle, because cattle don't give anybody trouble, or they will be selling money. They are not business oriented. They are not academic inclined. Nothing at all. Like I said earlier, Fulanis are from Saudi Arabia. Because they came to the north, started intermarrying, some of them are losing that features, but they still know themselves. Them and Somalians are brothers and sisters. Somalians don't marry anybody that is not Somali. That's why they still maintain that feature. If they bleach their skin, which some of them do, a Somali will look like exactly like those Arabs. because that's where they came from. But because of their violent nature, the Arabs drove them away. And they ran to South Africa, North Africa. These ones, Somali, ran next to Kenya. They are neighbors to Kenya. They are the same. These Fulanese, the only good thing I want us to learn from Fulanese is how not to forgive. Because we have been forgiving all these marauders for a very long time, since 1953, when they started buying our people. Because they are warriors. That's why Oyibo man became so scared of them and gave them the certificate of independence in 1960. Because when Oyibo came there, these people buy them like no man's business. So we will learn from the Fulanese how not to forgive and how to be too close with each other, how to be tenacious. Now they have met our prime minister, who is a very huge match to them. Our PM have instructed no mercy. Go to his Twitter handle. You will see what you will see there. What he tweeted there. Ozu fadika ozu okoko na Twitter handle our prime minister. Ndị be anyị na-asụfakwu right now n'Imo State. So this one that governor of Enugu has gone to bring them, I pity them there. I pity them. Let's continue to listen to Biafra Unite.
This dude, right? You all know this guy. He's among the criminal element we have, who usually like to, paint himself as white and gold. He never wants to show anybody that he is one of them, but he's one of them actually. So this one now you are seeing on your screen is called Ibayaka. He is also the President General of Ohanese Youth Council under the side of Iwanyangus Ohanese. You can see sometimes he followed our our lawyers, especially Barisalo Ejimako, and even before Barisalo Ejimako, he was following. They planted him. The DOS planted him under Madbugu. They used to go to the court whenever our leader was coming to court. So, because he was planted by the DOS, he's never one of us. He is not one of us. He is a one Nigerianist, and that's why we can never work with this type of person or this type of people. Now, this is the another Ohanese Youth Council president, the defunct Ohanese. Remember that. Now, this one now on your screen, parading himself as the President General of Ohanese Youth Council, is the one working with Okechukwu Isiguzoro, which I'll be playing his video in a jiffy. So let's continue.
Well, and mostly the youths that under my constituency, so stay away from the protests, will be victim of the last NSAS protests. It was nothing to write home about. So we can't fold our hands and watch the same scenario take place again. The youths are the victim. And by me looking at the way and the mood and the utterance and body language of the organizers, the faceless organizers, who cannot encourage our youths, Nigerian youths, to join. Because one journalist called me and said, I was asking me, what do you think that may be the outcome of the protest? I said, the outcome, as always, the atmosphere is not conducive because around some countries in Africa there were protests. And some people are trying to copy those things that will happen maybe somewhere in Kenya or that, to bring it here so that they can shut our nation now. They can set the country ablaze. That we as critical stakeholders who cannot join to do that. We can't push it because we were not consulted. As the apex ethnic youth organization in Nigeria, we should be consulted. We should sit down and talk and dialogue. Go to President Ahmed Buhari.
Who made this idiot a president general or secretary? How did he become a secretary general or whatever they call him? It's already an insult that you are protecting an illegitimate government of Tinubu and Tinubu himself, yet you cannot pronounce his name properly at the word go. Even though you correct yourself later, you can't mispronounce the name of your president. It is in fact, it's not just a crime, it is a treason. Although I'm just exaggerating. But how do you explain mispronouncing the name of your president in a national television? How do you explain that? Like, seriously? I said I'm not going to analyze this part of protest of a thing because...
My people, you know, when somebody is not genuine in what they are doing, you will always know. First of all, he said that our prime minister lives in Thailand. Now he's calling a head of state or president that left them last year or 2 years ago. He's calling him the name of Tinubu, the president of the zoo. Look at the kind of people that are trying to distort what we are doing. But he is too small. This one is too small. He can't. Let's just keep listening.
Because this is not what I want to do this evening. But let me play that part again. I want Tinubu himself, that this idiot is protecting, to listen. If you know you are working for Tinubu, you are his, you are one of his
houseboy.
How do they call it? How do they call the cabinet? If you are one of his cabinet and you are watching this very live broadcast this moment, I want you to draw the attention of principal to make sure that this Sabo on your screen never in any way see his way to Asorok, because that's what he's fighting for. The idiot is clearing his way to Asorok. Any Igbo man you see talking against Biafra, speaking against the freedom of our people, is either he has already started making us dry, is either he has already opened his way to Asorok and he's already dead.
What's going on?
Talk and dialogue. Go to President Ahmed Buhari. The answers happened again. They will mess every place up. Demolish property, government property. Bring the answers for 1 month. We couldn't go to back in Enugu. There was no ATM. There was no bank.
Probably
nowhere to get money.
Said,
everywhere.
Unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. That clearly indicates that is not any voice of dissenting as far as that position is concerned. So which way forward to end the divide between or amongst the Nigerians, especially on Biafra crisis?
The best thing is to ask them what they want. I remember one time Professor Wole Soyinka said, if we can continue fighting Biafrans for such a long time, it's not long before we go to war, which is actually happening right now. Why don't we ask them what they want? And for sure they have voiced and have said it that they want referendum. Why? Because
my people, these are the children, some other Africans, you know, having a go at what is going on in the zoo and on Biafra restoration.
because for a long time, they do not have a mutual understanding with the rest of the Nigeria nation. They are not understood. They are marginalized for such a long time. They are not wanted by the rest of the Nigerian government. So the best thing is to take them to a referendum so that we know exactly what they want and separate them, if that is exactly what they want. Why? Because if you continue like this, these are crises not only in Nigeria, but it will have a ripple effect to the bordering countries. And with time, it will have a big effect to the African country. As a continent, as I'm talking, Africa has the largest immigrants to the world. It has the largest refugees to the rest of the continents. Why is because of such crises that we can see in Biafra and Amazonia and other countries like Sudan. So I think before we even move forward, it's very important that we give all their given referendum. From there, they can be able to sort out the rest of the challenges. And it's quite unfortunate because we have diplomatic missions in Nigeria. Why can't they take that issue with them and sort it out? Why are they quiet? Why is the world quiet when Biafrans are suffering? Why is the world quiet when we know very well that such issues can affect the whole of the African continent? It's quite sad, and that's why as Punchline Africa TV will continue talking to the world and saying that these people need a referendum. They're not needed. If you honestly you don't need me in your space, give me what I want so that I can self-govern myself, which I think it's a good way and a diplomatic way of allowing people to go their way.
That would be so. Coupled with that, I would like you to approach it from a different angle altogether. What probably could have informed this agitation for, of course, separation, for a referendum to go separate ways between, of course, Nigeria and the people of Biafra? Let's approach it from that angle as you and ask ourselves, what probably can we do to see into it that we find a healing in this divide?
Yeah, I think it's paramount to understand that for starters, there was no redemption, and the word you just used, healing, from the first Biafran crisis in 1967, you know, the 3 years fighting. And if you remember very well, there was a brief period where they got their independence, and then the Nigerian military decided to send all the just bomb indiscriminately anybody who was found in that region. And those scars are...
Yes, my people, you have heard how these children, they sound like either Zimbabwe or neighboring African country. You see how free they are talking and how sensible these children are talking. But these marauders, these servants of the zoo, look at the one on the screen. They will be there deceiving our children, lying to them, telling them things that have never existed. As we don't have history being taught in schools today, this is one or the only way, one of the ways through which we talk to ourselves and let our children know, like my son, which is born here, this is how I teach him. This is how I teach him. He's now in his 20s. That's the only way. And many other Biafrans. And look at how boldly these children are talking. And they are saying very sensible and correct things. My sister Diane said this one is mad now because there are criminal groups that have been banned. Yes, Diane, you are very correct because our PM has banned Ohanese in Biafra land. They think that this time around is when our PM will tell them something and they will not comply. They will get it tough because our gallant men is now at work. It is no longer where many things have now been put in place. So if you do not, our men will visit you. They've been banned. And my brother Leko said they are using Bruce Fenn to milk Biafrans, but PM puncture their business enterprise. Exactly, Leko, you are on point. You call them zombies. That's exactly follow. Zombie, like Fela said, zombie, oh, zombie, zombie. Follow. The people, look at him calling Finland, Thailand, calling Mr. Tinubu, calling him Buhari. Can't you see that this guy, he's not even prepared before coming to a TV like Arise News, this morning show, to come and keep waffling and mixing his words like somebody who is unprepared. And my brother Emmanuel said, Jehovah bless and protect you in Jesus' name. Thank you so much. Jehovah will protect all of us. We have suffered so much. And my brother Wallace is giving us a thumb up. We are all doing well. Thank you so much.
Passed on in what is called transgenerational trauma. They don't even have to tell your child about this. It's the same thing that affects most African countries. You don't really need to tell your child, hate this person or hate this person, but the way you behave and
no, it's not Chike Dozieha. This one is one of these African countries. You know, it's not.
Comments and names in the comment section. Victor. What you don't do is bigger than you. What you don't do.
Well, my people, I think that is where Biafra Unite ended that one. Let us listen to this Ewu no here.
Our people, in the name of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu has said severally in the court, written by written note through his lawyer Jamako to Ndi Igbo that no more sit at home. He warned that Ekperima in Finland to desist, to stay away.
Okay,
some people you said
because of our time.
No, wait. I'm coming there.
But please go straight to your response. It's very important.
Yes.
They are uncontrollable.
Straight to the response in terms
of very uncontrollable characters. Come to somebody's show and they are telling you things you don't want to comply. This is one thing about all these people. You are on some show and he's trying to moderate the way you talk. He's not allowing the lady to talk because he's going out of point. They started by talking of protest. We, our PM, warned every Biafra. You all will agree with me that our PM have banned two things: that they should not go on that protest, and that Ohanese no longer in Biafra land. These people are asking him about protests. He started talking out of point. He mentioned Finland as a Thailand, as Finland. He mentioned Buhari as Tinubu. Very confused man. So my people, I think we have to end this here. Yes, Let's listen to them and see how it ended. We have been here for 2 hours 14 minutes. I've always liked to make this time to be short, so that those who are at home, but we always get carried away. I'm not regretting anything, but after him, we will call it a day. Let's listen.
Of your advocacy,
Yes.
because I love your passion.
Yes.
How you're saying that we need to get people to work. Please
I
go
have
ahead.
to make yes. I have to make reference. I have to make references before I come there. So, but
you see, so you see, is motioning you or controlling or guiding what you are saying. Just listen, because this is Nigeria. They will never be compliant. They can never, they refuse to allow themselves to be ruled. No. But my people, in summary, what we said today and what we all touched is for the Biafrans. Our civil disobedience continues. I mean, sit at home. It started yesterday, 29th of July. Today, very successful, 30th of July. Tomorrow is, what will tomorrow be? I think tomorrow will be Tuesday. Is it correct? Tomorrow will be Wednesday. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. Yeah. Yes, Chinyere. He said the zoo governed terrorists to notice him. Yes, that's what he is playing at. They want to hear him because he used to be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every time, before they abducted him, they will say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one causing everything. Now they are using our PM. Started by calling our PM all sorts of, that is bad. Want the government to see them. But them, even if you are fighting for, long as we are from Southeast or Anibo, you are their number one enemy, because they see as a challenger to this authority that the Igbo man gave them over Nigeria. You can imagine that we have how many oil deposits in Warri, Uguta, River State, Cross River. We don't have one oil well. Their Sokoto Caliphate has all. The remaining one, they will share it in the government and buy helicopter to Kano aircraft to come and buy us, the owners of the oil. This is how you will know evil people. But this time around, we are going home. The world have seen that we've done everything humanly possible to make Nigeria work, but it's not working. It can never work. They have created this enmity between us and them. That enmity is eating deep into us, that we have one thing in common, as Onyendu said, passionate hatred for Nigeria. Nigeria is not our name. Before Nigeria came, we were called Biafrans. So we are going back to our roots. I will love you people and leave you. Thank you so much for joining this program. Remember to like and share so that other people will get it. Thank you so much. Wonderful Biafrans. We talked about sit at home. I talked about fundraising. I talked about the Enugu prophecy, that our people shouldn't come out. When our PM say we should sit at home, listen to him, because he is leading us well. Please, my people, don't come out for the protest. Please, Biafrans, Do not join them. We are not Nigerians. Don't join the protest. Please, people, don't join the protest. I beg of you, no protest zoo. Rather, sit at home. I'll see you again tomorrow. Please, God, I will come again. If I have anything, I might do it early or late. But I will surely come to talk to Biafrans. All Biafra, peace, progress, unity, and bye from here. I love you all.